Okay, so we want to add 1/4 plus 4/5, so we have to find a common denominator. How do we do that? We want to figure out what denominator they will have in common. So we want to figure out multiples of 4 and multiples of 5, right? So let's list all the multiples of 4. 4 times 1?
4, 8,
8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and so on. Okay, we can keep going. And then multiples of 5, counting by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, and can you figure out which multiple they have in common? The lowest common multiple?
20.
20, good. So I know that 4 needs to be multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. And for the second fraction, 5 needs to be multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator. So we're trying to find a common denominator. So we're going to rewrite this with the common denominator. So 1 times 5 is 5 over 20 plus 4 times 4, 16 over 20. Once you have a common denominator, how do you add fractions?
You just add 5 times 5 plus 16.
Right. We're just adding the numerators. Does the denominator change? No? 16 plus 5?
21.
21. Okay, so what type of fraction is this? Our answer is what type of fraction where the numerator is larger than...
Improper fraction.
Yeah, this is an improper fraction. To turn an improper fraction into a mixed fraction, well, when you look at fractions, we have 21 over 20. This sign here, this line, can also mean divided by. To turn a fraction into a decimal, you would do 21 divided by 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to know how many times can 20 go into 21 evenly?
Once.
Just once, right? And what's 20 times 1?
20.
20. So it goes in once, and that only gives us 20. So how many do we have left over? Because the total was 21.
We have 1 left.
So we have 1 left over out of, what was the denominator?
20.
20. Okay, and we can check this. We can work backwards. So let's check. Let's put our mixed number now back into an improper fraction, just to see if we get the same answer. Okay, so how do you turn a mixed number into an improper fraction?
Do you multiply the denominator by
The whole number,
Yeah.
good.
and then you add the numerator?
Right, so 20 times 1 is 20, plus 1 is 21 over 20, and that was the original question, so all of these statements are equal. Okay? Okay, so now we want to add an improper fraction, 21 over 20 plus 5 over 6. So we need to find a common denominator. So let's start by listing the multiples of 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80. We'll stop there and we'll list the multiples of 6. What are the multiples of 6?
I don't seem to be finding.
Okay, so multiples of 6, and then the lowest common multiple is 60. So what do we need to multiply 20 by to get to 60? 3, which means we have to multiply the numerator by 3. And then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how we get to 60, which means we need to multiply the numerator by 10. So we're going to rewrite these as equivalent fractions with a common denominator. So equivalent fractions would be 63 over 60 plus 50 over 60. Now what do we need to do when we're adding fractions? Do we add the denominators together?
You add
You add that.
Just the numerator. So it's 63 plus 60.
113.
Good. 113. And does the denominator change?
No.
It just stays over out of 60. And again, we want to turn this into a mixed number. So we need to figure out how many times does 60 go into 113? Because we're technically taking 113 and dividing it by 60, but it's not going to be an even number. So how many times can it go into 113?
One.
Just once, which means we have start with 113, and we need to take away 60 to see how much we have left over, because it can only go in once, which only gives us a total of 60. What's 113? Take away 60.
56.
So we have 56 left over out of
60.
60. Okay, it was actually 53 out of 60. And let's check. Let's work backwards. Let's turn this mixed number back into an improper fraction. So 60 times 1,
60.
60, plus 53. What's 60 plus 53?
113.
113. And the denominator doesn't change. Is that what the original question was?
Yes.
Yes. So all of these are equivalent.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.